Hi everyone, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from Meeple University. Today we have Terra Nova. This plays 2 to 4 players, and this is the lighter version of Terra Mystica, the game that has been out for a while and has been remade as Project Jahja. And this is it, Terra Nova.
Yes.
So this is by Thames Cosmos, while Terra Mystica is by Z-Man. So different company. So we're gonna do an overview of Terra Nova and review, and we're also going to compare a little bit with Terra Mystica.
Indeed. So for those who know Terra Mystica, what you'll see here will look very familiar. The game is fundamentally a cut down version of Terra Mystica. It's probably, I'm going to guess, about 60% of what Terra Mystica was. I will say from the start, we are better acquainted with Jahja Project than we are with Terra Mystica. So we think we'll get everything right when we compare with Terra Mystica. So players of Terra Mystica will be pretty familiar and acquainted with what you can see here. It does have very much the same look and feel. The game plays over 5 rounds, and each player will have a unique faction. We do have the German version here. And really the core of the game is about spreading out as effectively as you can over the map. If you compare this back with Terra Mystica, the major thing that's been dropped out of the game is the tracks and the research and the bonuses that comes with that. I may have mangled the description of those with Jahja Project because we are a little more familiar with Jahja Project. Yes. But the track advancements, those are gone, and it's really all about the map now. The game is simplified, so there's no longer 3 different currencies in the game, workers, coins, and priests. All you've got is coins. Everything is paid in coins or in power. And that classic power bowls mechanism is still in the game. When you gain power, you move a disc from 1 to 2. Once there's nothing in 1, you can move it from 2 to 3. And from there, you can spend it to take various power actions or gain coins. So each round in turn order, you'll go around taking actions, and there'll be a certain action which will be worth more points in this round versus others. What you can do is you can change the color of one of these spaces, because you can only build on your own color. So you can pay money to get spades, shovels, in order to convert something into your own color so that you can then build a house on it. You can convert a house into a trading post, and doing that, much like in base Terra Mystica, if you do it near opponents, it's going to be cheaper, but it's going to give the opponents a cycle of power. So that keeps everyone together, and it forces togetherness on the board. You can upgrade these trading houses into palaces. You've got a couple of options which will give you some upgraded abilities.
Same price, but opponents still get the power cycle.
Indeed. And then you've got ways that you can spread out over the map. So you can increase your ability to sail. That will let you start building things down the river. Here, for example, 2 sailing means I can go 1, 2 and build there. You can build bridges to get across the river. When you build a bridge, it becomes an adjacent space. So I could now build one there, even if I had no sailing. And a major part of what you're trying to do is found towns, which you do by having 7 town points worth of adjacent buildings. And if you do that, you get one of these. Big high scoring. They can also give you some in-game benefits. Most of these actions you can just choose to do off your own board. There is a competitive worker placement element here where the first person each round to take one of the actions that costs power instead of money locks that off for all other players. So really competitive there. It becomes a tight board, so players are really trying to fight for what is the best way that they can build things up on the map. And there's a little passing mechanism. When you pass, you get one of these tiles. It'll give you more income or a way of getting points. and it sets the turn order for the next round. So if you're familiar with Terra Mystica, you can play with the turn order variant, or you can just use a first player for the first one passing and play clockwise. It simplifies a few other things, so there's only 5 different terrains instead of 7, slightly fewer types of buildings, and so on. End of the game, you will still get points for your biggest in reach or connected cluster of buildings. So that's really Terra Nova.
It has slightly asymmetric for each player, which you said earlier.
Yes. This one, for example, starts with 3 houses on the board. We've got this one here, different ability up here when placing, when houses get placed, and spades for power and so on. As I say, just to show you, this is one of the old Terra Mystica boards. So there's fewer, the power works the same, but there's fewer of them. All of this stuff with workers and money and priests, it's all just money now. The sailing works pretty much the same way. 5 terrains instead of 7, and you can't make your shoveling cheaper either, like you could in the original game. So what do you think?
I love Terra Mystica. I would use the variant of this turn order rather than first player. I love Project Gaia as well. I am usually more drawn towards fantasy settings rather than space settings, which Terra Mystica has. Terra Nova has got fantasy settings. I love Terra Nova because it still has the things that I love from Terra Mystica, which, number 1, the turn order passing and the bonus that you get. Second one is this power cycle. This is amazing. And third one is the fact that the game encourages you to build in clunks to get cheaper. It's not as cheap as in Terra Mystica, but it's still cheaper. And sometimes 3 coins is what you need. It's what you don't have.
Yeah, the difference was 3 coins in Terra Mystica, but it was 3 versus 6 with some workers rather than 7 to 10. So it's not as big of a chunk of discount.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to really think of the map placement, where you're gonna build. You want to expand your territory, still kind of next to your opponent, but still there's spaces for you to expand. I love this bit, which is, still also valuable in Terra Mystica. One of these sentences, I'm going to say Terra Nova and Terra Mystica the other way around. So Terra Nova still has that, and this is also, I think, in Terra Mystica, the thing that certain actions get encouraged to get extra points, and these points could be really good. One of the games I got 12 points or something like that.
Yeah.
Is it right? 8, 12, 10, something like that. It's quite good, plenty. I still like this one. So this is 2 to 4 players board, 12, 8, 4. It plays great in 2 players as well because it introduces a simple neutral house that you can place on the board that helps to build your house upgrade, whatever, cheaper. So the neutral house is just there to make it cheaper. That's it. It doesn't actually have an AI system or anything like that.
Yeah.
So because of all those systems, I love this game. And you feel like if you want to get that, just get the itch of playing Project Gaia, Terra Mystica, Terra Nova is it. And it simplifies. You can even see the artwork. So you can see that, this is more, artwork is for more, what's the word, adults? I wouldn't say, just even more details, complex. And this is slightly...
Cartoons it a little bit.
Yeah. So it just kind of shows that it's a lighter game. So that's what I think. If you like Terra Mystica, Project Gaia, you want something lighter, you want to bring someone else that is not used to that game, used to sort of like a lighter game, then Terra Nova it is.
Yeah, it surprised me how much lighter this played, because it still has 60% of the mechanisms.
Yes.
But I think the biggest thing that simplifies it is by turning everything into money, getting rid of the other. I mean, obviously it takes a third of the game out by not having the priest tracks, but by turning the workers into money and just having it all be about money, it means you don't have to think through every single bit of income perfectly
Yes.
to get that precise combination you need.
Expect it later.
You basically just end up, you bring in a bunch of money, you've got enough to take 3 or 4 actions, and they're all going to be map expansion actions. So in quite a simple way, it ends up being, it's almost a dudes on a map sort of game, the way it ends up panning out.
And it was like, oh no, I have to do this. Okay, there's still this power if you have enough power. Oh, I can spend the powers to do these actions.
Yeah. I mean, Terra Mystica and Gaia Project are such beloved games over a long period of time. And I think if you're very familiar with those and you play them a lot and they're long, those are long games.
Yes,
Gaia Project's 4 hours every time we play it. This probably isn't going to do it for you. Probably in the same way that Castle to Tuscany is not going to do it for a big Castles of Burgundy fan. But it's a decent entry point, and it's kind of like it uses the engine to focus on a
map
building
territory
game.
Yeah.
So it actually has quite a different
feel to it.
Different feel.
Yeah, but I still like it. This one is fine for me, but those things that I say, the power, but these, the fact that you want to be close to your opponent to a certain degree, it's still here, and it's fun. It's fun to play. It's fun to build your engine. It's fun to choose an upgrade and try to work it out. Okay, what's the most efficient turn? Is this the most efficient turn? Okay, you can probably do it this turn, and then next time you can see already what you're going to do the next turns as well ahead.
It also ends up, because it drives everyone to do similar things, more so than the original game, you end up looking much more carefully for small advantages.
Yes. It's
totally
true.
That's a bit different, because you can play one of the bigger games and do a lot less on the board if you're focusing on the research tracks and the right research tracks.
Indeed.
You could never do much on the board in Terra Mystica or Gaia Project if you didn't make terraforming cheaper.
I like that it's only 5 rather than, sorry, what's that? Yeah, 5 rather than
instead of 7.
It's simplify things.
Yeah.
You don't have 4 hours. You can still play something similar, still have different feelings, but I still recommend it if you are a fan of those mechanics that I said are great. Or maybe other things for other reasons.
Yeah.
Whatever your reason is. So I personally recommend Terra Nova and Terra Mystica, both, and Project Gaia, because that's the type of games I like. And for a lighter one, it's definitely give it a go.
Indeed.
Have you tried it? Do you like Project Gaia or Terra Mystica, one better than the other? Let us know in the comments. Maybe you picked it up at Essenspiel 2022 as well. Let me know in the comments. And that's it. So if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. That'll be really helpful. Subscribe to us if you haven't already done so. Hit the bell. We have videos like this. We have how to play, my short and sweet, live playthrough almost every weekend with giveaway. I'm also on Instagram. Find me there as well, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.